So perhaps you have heard the parable of the Chinese farmer, where there was a Chinese farmer who had a lot of land to take care of. And one day, his horse, who tilled the land, who was an important worker on the land, that horse ran away. And all the neighbors came to the farmer and said, "Oh no, what a terrible development. This is awful. It's so unfortunate. What are you going to do?" And the farmer said, "Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see what happens next." The next day, the horse that ran away returned, bringing 6 wild horses with him. So now the farmer had a total of 7 horses that he could use to take care of his land. And the neighbors returned and rejoiced and said, "Isn't this lucky? What a blessing. Wow. Now you have 7 horses, 7 workers. You're going to be so prosperous on your land." The farmer said, "Maybe yes, maybe no." The next day, the farmer's son was riding one of the horses and fell off. And as he fell to the ground, he broke his leg. And the neighbors came around and said, "Oh no, this is horrible. This is awful. He'll never be able to walk. What will you do? You've just lost another worker." And the farmer said, "Maybe yes, maybe no." Then a few days later, word spread that the army was recruiting soldiers to go to war. And a general from the army came to the farmer's land, came to the house, knocked on the door to see if he had any soldiers for the army. And because his son had a broken leg, he wasn't able to join the army or go into battle. He wasn't able to be on the front lines against an overwhelming oppositional force. So his son was spared and did not have to go off to war. And when the neighbors heard of this, they said, "What a blessing. You're so lucky. Look at what has happened in your favor." And the farmer replied, as he always did, "Maybe yes, maybe no." And so what this story highlights is how life is a series of ongoing events. And we don't always know how they're going to play out. We don't know what good is to come or what setbacks may arrive. But what we know is that if we can suspend judgment, if we can be in a more detached place, grounded in the wisdom of change, that all of life is designed to change and there's good and bad in everything, instead of declaring something's horrible, something's awful, or something's the best blessing, to detach and see it as an ongoing journey of energies. We're tapping into our soul's wisdom that there are good things all around us and there are things to deal with that can be difficult and hard at the same time. We can be too quick to label something or to say, this is the best, this is the worst, this is good, this is bad, when we don't know what's going to happen next or what's going to play out. But when you've lived enough life and when you've gathered wisdom along the way, you're able to detach and say, yes, this is good for now, but let's see what happens next. Or yes, this feels difficult right now, but surely there is something beneficial to come from it, because that's how the universe continues to unfold. That's how the universe continues to move us forward.